Welcome, traveler of the inner realms. Before we begin our descent into the silent heart of the ancient forest of whispers, take a moment to acknowledge the transition you are about to make. You are leaving behind the world of concrete and glass, the world of ticking clocks and glowing screens, and the world of endless doing. You are entering the world of being. As you lie there, let your body become heavy. Feel the mattress beneath you as if it were the soft, welcoming earth of the forest floor itself. Imagine that your breath is like the tide of a distant, calm ocean, rising and falling, bringing in peace with every inhalation and releasing the weight of the day with every long, slow exhale. There is nowhere else you need to be, and nothing else you need to do. You are exactly where you belong. Now, in the theater of your mind, imagine a veil of silver mist. This mist is thin and cool, shimmering with a faint, ethereal light. As you walk through this veil, the air changes. It becomes thick with the scent of ancient things. Damp cedarwood, the sharp sweetness of crushed pine needles, and the cold, mineral scent of stones that have been kissed by rain for 1,000 years. You have stepped onto the threshold of the Forest of Whispers. It is a place that exists between the seconds of a clock, a realm where time has slowed to the pace of a growing tree. The light here is a perpetual twilight, a soft, indigo glow that soothes the eyes and tells the brain that it is time to rest. Look down at your feet. You are walking on a path made of crushed obsidian and soft, emerald moss. Every step you take is utterly silent. The moss is so thick and lush that it feels like walking on a cloud, absorbing the weight of your body and the sound of your movement. With each step, you feel a deep connection to the earth below. You can imagine the network of roots beneath the surface, millions of tiny, golden threads connecting every tree in this forest into one living, breathing entity. As you walk, you feel your own energy syncing with this network. Your heartbeat slows to match the rhythmic pulse of the forest, a slow and steady throb that vibrates at the frequency of pure peace. The trees that line this path are the elders. They are giant redwoods and ancient cedars, their trunks so wide that a dozen people holding hands could not encircle them. Their bark is thick and rugged, like the skin of a wise old dragon, colored in deep shades of cinnamon, charcoal, and umber. If you reach out and touch the bark, it feels warm and surprisingly soft, yielding slightly to your fingertips. You can feel the history contained within these trees. They have stood through centuries of winters and summers, watching the stars while overhead, silent witnesses to the passage of ages. Their presence is a protective embrace. They stand like silent sentinels, guarding your sleep and ensuring that no noise from the outside world can penetrate this sacred space. Look up and you will see the canopy. It is a vast, green cathedral. The branches intertwine so perfectly that they create a ceiling of needles and leaves, filtering the moonlight into long, shimmering shafts of silver. These pillars of light dance slowly as the high branches sway in a breeze you cannot feel on the ground. Hanging from the branches are long tresses of old man's beard, lichen, pale, seafoam green strands that look like lace. They move with a rhythmic grace, like seaweed in a slow-moving current. Watching them is hypnotic. Your eyes follow the slow swing of the lichen, back and forth, until your eyelids feel heavy, weighted down by the sheer beauty of the stillness. As you move deeper into this first layer of the forest, you notice the sounds, or rather, the lack of them. This is not the silence of a vacuum, but a rich, textured silence composed of 1,000 tiny, quiet details. It is the sound of a single dewdrop sliding down a fern frond and landing on a leaf below with a soft tink. It is the sound of the mist moving between the trunks. Sound so faint it is more of a feeling than a noise. And then there are the whispers. They are not human voices, but the forest communicating with itself. It is the rustle of the wind in the highest needles, a sound like a long, drawn-out shhhhh, It is the sound of the earth settling. These whispers are a lullaby, a gentle reminder that the universe is taking care of everything, so you don't have to. The path begins to curve alongside a slow-moving stream. The water is dark and clear, like liquid obsidian, moving over stones that have been worn perfectly smooth and round by the passage of time. The water doesn't splash, it glides. It flows around the curves of the earth with a soft, liquid hiss that sounds like silk being pulled over silk. You watch a single yellow leaf fall from a branch and land on the surface of the water. It doesn't sink. It just drifts, turning slowly in the current, moving effortlessly toward the heart of the woods. You imagine yourself as that leaf, weightless, effortless, surrendered to the flow of the forest's peace. Everything here is soft. The edges of the world have been blurred by the mist and the moss. There are no sharp corners here, no harsh lights, no loud demands. There is only the soft glow of the bioluminescent mushrooms that grow at the base of the trees, tiny, translucent caps that emit a faint, pulsing violet light. They look like little lanterns lighting the way for the creatures of the night. You find yourself focusing on one of these pulses. Expand and contract. Breathe in and breathe out. The violet light is the color of deep sleep, the color of the subconscious, and it beckons you to go deeper. You are now half a mile into the forest, and the world you left behind is nothing more than a fading dream. The air is getting cooler, and the scent of the trees is getting deeper. You feel a sense of profound safety, as if the forest has recognized you and welcomed you as one of its own. You are a guest in this ancient home, and the forest is laying out its finest treasures of silence and stillness for you to enjoy. Your limbs are feeling heavier now, filled with a warm, pleasant lethargy. The movement of your legs is automatic, a slow, steady rhythm that requires no effort. You are drifting, even as you walk, moving closer to the heart of the forest of whispers. The path continues to lead you deeper into the emerald twilight, and as you progress, the very atmosphere seems to thicken with a sense of ancient history. You are no longer just walking through a forest, you are walking through time itself. Each step on the mossy ground feels like a soft pulse, a communication between your soul and the sleeping earth. The trees here have grown closer together, their massive trunks forming a corridor of living wood that seems to vibrate with a low, grounding hum. This hum is almost beneath the frequency of human hearing, yet you feel it in your bones, a resonance that stabilizes your heart rate and calms the flickering nerves of your mind. It is the sound of the planet breathing, a deep and steady rhythm that has continued uninterrupted for millions of years. You notice the ferns around you have grown larger, their prehistoric fronds reaching out like the wings of giant green birds. Some of these ferns are dusted with a silver powder that shimmers in the low light, reflecting the bioluminescent glow of the forest floor. You reach out and brush your hand against one, and the powder clings to your skin like stardust, cool and tingly. It is a reminder that in this place, the mundane becomes magical. The very air is saturated with life, yet it is a life that is perfectly at rest. There is no frantic movement here, no struggle for survival. Everything is in a state of harmonious coexistence, an eternal balance that invites you to find your own center of gravity. The stream you were following begins to widen into a series of small, tiered pools. Each pool is lined with white quartz and smooth river stones that glow with a faint phosphorescence. The water cascades from one pool to the next, not with a roar, but with a sound like velvet ribbons being unspooled. It is a series of soft, musical notes, plink, splash, sigh, that create a natural melody of sleep. You stop for a moment at the edge of the largest pool. The surface is so still it acts as a perfect black mirror. In it, you see the reflection of the giant trees and the slivers of stars peeking through the canopy. You see yourself too, but your reflection looks different. You look peaceful. You look like someone who has finally found the courage to let go of the world. You look like someone who is ready to sleep for 1,000 years. As you stand by the water, a soft breeze finally finds its way down from the high canopy. It doesn't chill you. Instead, it feels like a silken scarf being drawn across your face. This breeze carries the scent of the deeper forest, the smell of ancient stone, cold water, and the dry, sweet aroma of fallen leaves. It brings with it the distant sound of the great owls, the guardians of the night. Their hoots are long and low, echoing through the trees with a haunting, comforting quality. Hoo-hoo, rest. Hoo-hoo, sleep. They are the narrators of the forest, calling out to all the creatures that it is safe to close their eyes. You continue your walk, leaving the pools behind and entering a grove where the ground is covered in a carpet of white forest flowers. These flowers only bloom in total silence, and their petals are as thin as tissue paper, glowing with a soft, milky light. As you walk through them, they release a fragrance that is almost intoxicatingly relaxing. Smells like vanilla, lavender, and old books. It is a scent that bypasses the logic of your brain and speaks directly to your nervous system, telling every muscle in your body to loosen, to soften, to dissolve. You feel the tension in your jaw disappear. You feel your fingers curling softly, no longer needing to hold on to anything. You are drifting weightless, guided by the path that knows exactly where you need to go. The architecture of the forest becomes more complex as you move forward. You see natural archways formed by the roots of fallen giants, covered in thick layers of staghorn moss and tiny red-capped mushrooms. You pass through these arches as if they were doorways into different chambers of a great, green mansion. Each chamber is quieter than the last. Each chamber is darker and more comfortable. The light has transitioned from a silver indigo to a deep, royal charcoal, but your eyes have adjusted. You can see the patterns in the bark, the veins in the leaves, and the way the mist coils around the base of the trees like a sleeping cat. You find yourself thinking about the roots again. Deep, deep below your feet, those roots are cradled by the cool, dark earth. They are not striving, they are simply holding. They are nourished by the soil and the water, and they provide the foundation for everything above. You realize that you are like those roots. For this time, you don't need to reach for the sun. You only need to be cradled by the dark, to be nourished by the silence, and to hold onto the peace you have found. The forest is teaching you how to rest. It is teaching you that sleep is not a loss of time, but a return to the source. The path begins to narrow, leading you toward a dense thicket of silver birches. Their white bark stands out like ghosts against the dark greenery, their thin branches interlacing to create a tunnel of pale light. As you enter this tunnel, the sounds of the stream and the owls fade away, replaced by a silence so profound it feels like a physical presence. This is the inner sanctum of the first layer. Here, the air is perfectly still. Not a single leaf moves. Even the bioluminescent mushrooms seem to pulse more slowly here, their light dimming and brightening in a rhythm that matches a deep, dreamless sleep. You are now at the end of the first stage of your journey. You have walked through the gateway, past the elders, listened to the stream, and breathed the scent of the night flowers. Your body is now a vessel of pure tranquility. Each cell is vibrating with the quiet energy of the forest of whispers. You are no longer an outsider. You are a part of the landscape. You are a shadow among shadows, a breath among breaths. The path ahead is clear, and it leads toward the heart of the woods, where the secrets of the ancients are kept in the deepest silence. But for now, just exist in this space. Feel the immense weight of the forest's peace pressing down on you. A blanket of 1 billion leaves, a quilt of 1,000 years. You are ready to go deeper. You are ready to move into the second segment of your journey, where the whispers become clearer and the rest becomes more profound. As you leave the tunnel of silver birches, the path opens up into a wide, shallow valley that seems to cradled by the very arms of the mountains. This is the Valley of Glowing Ferns, a place where the Earth's internal light reaches the surface and bathes everything in a soft, rhythmic radiance. The air here feels slightly warmer, like the gentle heat rising from a hearth after the fire has burned down to glowing embers. This warmth wraps around your limbs, loosening any remaining knots of tension in your muscles, making you feel as though you are floating in a sea of liquid moonlight. The valley floor is a sea of green, but it is a green unlike any you have seen in the waking world. There are thousands of varieties of ferns here: ostrich ferns, maidenhair ferns, and sword ferns, all of them growing in immense, lush clusters that reach as high as your waist. But what makes them extraordinary is their light. Each frond is outlined in a delicate, glowing neon, shades of electric lime, soft turquoise, and pale violet. They do not flicker, they pulse. It is a slow, steady breath of light. As you walk among them, the light reacts to your presence, brightening slightly as you pass and then dimming back into a soft slumber. It is as if the valley is welcoming you, acknowledging your presence with a silent, luminous salute. The path through the valley is no longer made of stone, but of a fine, silvery sand that feels like silk between your toes. This sand is composed of tiny particles of starlight and weathered quartz, and it hums with a very low frequency that you can feel vibrating up through your legs. This vibration acts as a massage for your weary spirit, shaking loose the last vestiges of the day's stress. You feel a sense of profound lightness, yet at the same time you feel more connected to the ground than ever before. You are walking through a dreamscape that is more real than reality itself. As you descend deeper into the valley, you notice that the trees on the slopes are different from the giants at the forest's edge. These are the weeping willows of the mist, their long, trailing branches hanging down like curtains of fine silk. These branches are covered in tiny, dew-covered leaves that catch the light from the ferns, creating a kaleidoscope of soft colors that dance across the ground. The mist here is thicker, but it is a friendly mist, a mist that smells of fresh rain and crushed mint. It swirls around your ankles in slow, languid patterns, mimicking the movement of the galaxy. You realize that the forest is a mirror of the cosmos, and you are a star traveling through its vast, quiet spaces. The sound in the valley is different, too. The high-pitched whispers of the outer forest have deepened into a melodic drone, like the sound of 1,000 cellos playing a single, long note. This is the sound of the Earth's core, a resonant frequency that bypasses the ears and speaks directly to the soul. Tells you that you are safe. Tells you that the world is in order. It tells you that it is okay to sink deeper into the velvet darkness of the night. You find your breathing naturally syncing with this drone. 6 seconds in, 6 seconds out. Your chest rises and falls with the effortless grace of the valley itself. You come across a large, flat rock in the center of a clearing, covered in a layer of moss that is so thick it looks like a plush mattress. You decide to sit for a moment, letting your feet rest in the cool, glowing sand. From this vantage point, you can see the entire valley stretching out before you. It is a masterpiece of natural architecture. The way the ferns transition from green to blue, the way the mist pools in the hollows, and the way the ancient willows bow their heads in perpetual prayer. You feel a sense of immense gratitude for this moment. You realize that this beauty exists whether you are here to see it or not, but the forest has chosen to reveal itself to you tonight because you were ready to listen. You notice a small, blue butterfly landing on a fern near your hand. Its wings are translucent, and as they open and close, they release a tiny cloud of glowing dust that slowly drifts to the ground. The butterfly is not afraid of you. In this forest, there is no fear. The predator and the prey are both asleep, dreaming the same dream of peace. You watch the butterfly for a long time, mesmerized by the slow, rhythmic movement of its wings. It is a lesson in patience. It is a lesson in the beauty of the small and the silent. Your eyelids begin to feel even heavier now, as if tiny weights are attached to your lashes. The glow of the valley starts to blur into a soft, hazy field of color, like an impressionist painting. The silence here is punctuated by the occasional sound of a heavy seed pod falling from a willow tree and landing in the soft sand with a muffled thud. Each time it happens, the sound ripples through the silence like a pebble dropped into a still pond. The ripples move through the air, touching your skin with a gentle pressure, reminding you that everything is connected. You are part of the ripple. You are part of the pond. You are part of the silence. As you stand up to continue your walk, you feel a sense of deep, liquid relaxation flowing through your veins. Your legs move with a slow-motion grace, as if you are walking underwater. The sand beneath your feet is cool and comforting, and the glow of the ferns seems to be guiding you toward a specific point at the end of the valley, a place where the mountains part to reveal an even deeper secret. You are not tired of walking. You are walking into your tiredness, embracing it as a dear friend who has come to lead you home. As you move toward the far end of the valley, the sea of pulsing ferns begins to thin, giving way to a ground covered in smooth, dark river stones that have been polished by the mist of 10,000 years. The path leads you to the edge of the pool of eternal stillness. This is a body of water so dark and so perfectly flat that it is impossible to tell where the shore ends and the water begins. It is a mirror of the infinite. Around its edges, the glowing ferns lean inward, their light reflecting off the surface to create the illusion of a sunken city of stars beneath the ripples. The air around the pool is noticeably stiller, if that is even possible. It is as though the wind itself has come here to die and be reborn as silence. You walk to the very edge of the water and look down. You do not just see your reflection. You see a version of yourself that is completely unburdened. The lines of worry on your forehead are smoothed away. The weight you carry in your shoulders has vanished. In the reflection, you look as ancient and as peaceful as the stones. You realize that the water is not just reflecting your image, it is absorbing your exhaustion. Every heavy thought you have ever had is being drawn out of your mind by the sheer, cool gravity of the pool. You reach down and touch the water with a single finger. The sensation is not cold, but a perfect, neutral temperature that feels like an extension of your own skin. A single ripple travels outward from your touch, moving with agonizing slowness across the mirror-like surface. You watch it expand. It moves past the reflected stars, past the glowing silhouettes of the willow trees, until it reaches the distant shore and vanishes. In that ripple, you send away your last remaining ties to the waking world. You watch it go, and as the surface of the pool returns to its perfect, glassy state, your mind follows suit. It becomes a smooth, dark surface, reflecting only the quiet light of the forest. Along the banks of this pool grow the whisper reeds, long, slender stalks that hum when the earth breathes. They create a sound like a distant choir, a low-frequency vibration that resonates in the center of your chest. This sound is the ultimate lullaby. It doesn't ask for your attention. It simply exists around you, a blanket of sound that muffles everything else. You find a place to lie down on the bank, the moss beneath you feeling more comfortable than any bed made by human hands. It is thick, springy, and smells of ancient forests and sweet rain. As you lie there, looking up through the gaps in the willow branches, you see the great moon of the forest. It is larger than the moon you know, a pale, pearlescent orb that bathes the valley in a light that feels like a physical touch. The moonlight is heavy. It feels like a silver quilt being laid over your body, limb by limb. First, it covers your feet, making them feel warm and immobile. Then it moves up to your knees, your hips, your torso, until your entire body is pinned to the soft earth by a pleasant, irresistible weight. You are becoming a part of the valley floor. You are sinking slowly into the heart of the world. The bioluminescence of the ferns begins to change color, shifting from the vibrant limes and violets to a deep, drowsy amber. This is the forest's way of signaling that the deep night has arrived. The amber light is warm and dim, casting long, soft shadows that seem to cradle you. You watch the way the light plays on the underside of the willow leaves, a hypnotic dance of gold and shadow that makes your eyes want to close for good. Each time you blink, it becomes harder to open them again. The world is becoming a blur of warm light and cool shadow, a beautiful tapestry of peace. You listen to the heartbeat of the valley. Thump, thump, pause, thump, thump, pause. It is so slow, so steady. It is the heartbeat of the mountains, the heartbeat of the stones, the heartbeat of the sleeping trees. You realize that there is no difference between your breath and the mist, between your blood and the flowing water of the stream. You are a biological extension of this ancient place. The forest is not around you. It is within you. This realization brings with it a final, total surrender. You no longer need to navigate. You no longer need to walk. The valley itself is moving you, carrying you on its back as it rotates slowly under the stars. The whisper reeds grow louder for a moment, a surging chord of peace that washes over you, and then they fade into a near silence that is even deeper than before. In this silence, you can hear the stars. They make a sound like tiny silver bells, vibrating in the vacuum of space. It is a clean, cold sound that perfectly complements the warm amber glow of the valley. You are suspended between the earth and the sky, held in place by the perfect balance of the forest of whispers. As segment 2 comes to a close, you feel yourself drifting at the edge of a great, dark ocean of sleep. The valley of glowing ferns has done its work. It has softened your spirit and quieted your mind. But there is more to see. The path, though you can no longer see it with your eyes, is still there, leading you toward the crystal caves where the whispers become melodies. You are ready to move on, not with your feet, but with your consciousness, gliding deeper into the dream that this forest has woven for you. Your journey is becoming more effortless with every passing second. You are almost there. You are almost home. As the amber glow of the valley begins to recede behind you, the path leads toward a magnificent opening in the side of a moss-covered mountain. This is the entrance to the crystal caves of echoing dreams, a place where the forest silence is transformed into a delicate, crystalline symphony. As you cross the threshold, the air changes once again. It is no longer the scent of damp earth and growing things, but a crisp, exhilarating aroma of ozone and ancient minerals. The temperature drops just a fraction, a refreshing coolness that feels like a clean linen sheet against your skin. The walls of the cave are not dark or oppressive. They are composed of translucent quartz and amethyst that catch the faint light from outside and break it into 1,000 dancing rainbows. You find yourself walking on a floor of smooth, solid crystal that feels surprisingly warm beneath your feet. It is as if the very heart of the mountain is radiating a gentle geothermal heat to welcome you. With every step you take, a soft, musical tone rings out from the floor, a sound like a finger being rubbed around the rim of a fine crystal glass. These notes hang in the air, overlapping each other to create a shifting, harmonic landscape of sound. It is a music that has no rhythm, no melody, and no end. It is simply the sound of the earth's vibrations made audible. You find yourself slowing your pace even further, just to hear the long, decaying tale of each crystalline note as it echoes through the vast chambers above. High above you, the ceiling of the cave is covered in massive stalactites made of pure, clear calcite. From the tip of each one, a single drop of mineral-rich water falls every few minutes. These drops fall into perfectly circular basins of water on the cave floor, creating a rhythmic plink that serves as the heartbeat of the cave. Each drop creates a series of expanding ripples that shimmer with an iridescent light, reflecting off the walls and creating a moving tapestry of gold and silver shadows. You stand by one of these basins and watch the ripples move. They are so slow, so deliberate. They remind you that there is no need to hurry. The mountain took millions of years to build these caves, and it is in no rush to see you leave. As you move deeper into the first chamber, you notice that the crystals are changing color. They shift from the pale violets of amethyst to the deep, calming blues of celestite and the warm, honeyed oranges of citron. The light is soft and diffused, as if you are walking inside a giant opal. This light does not come from a single source but seems to emanate from the stones themselves. It is a living light, a light that pulses in time with your own slowing breath. You feel as though your physical body is becoming less dense, as if you are absorbing the clarity and the transparency of the crystals around you. Your thoughts, once cloudy and cluttered, are becoming as clear as the water in the basins. The silence here is deeper than the silence of the forest. It is a vacuum of peace that draws out the last echoes of the world's noise from your ears. In this place, you can hear the sound of your own blood moving through your veins, a soft and comforting internal hum. You realize that you are a complex, beautiful machine, and for the first time in a long time, all the parts of that machine are in perfect alignment. There is no friction in your mind. There is no resistance in your heart. You are simply a vessel for the stillness of the mountain. You are a part of the geology. You are as solid as a rock and as light as a ray of light. You come across a bridge made of natural stone that arches over a subterranean river. The water below is a deep, glowing turquoise, moving with a silent power towards some unknown underground sea. As you stand on the bridge, you feel the cool mist rising from the water, settling on your face like 1,000 tiny diamonds. This mist carries the wisdom of the deep earth, stories of the time before the sun, stories of the slow cooling of the planet, stories of the eternal rest that waits in the dark places of the world. You breathe in this wisdom, and it fills you with a sense of immense perspective. Your life, your worries, your joys, they are all part of this grand, slow-moving story. Everything is exactly as it should be. The walls of the cave are etched with natural patterns that look like ancient runes or the maps of forgotten constellations. You trace one of these patterns with your finger, feeling the smooth, cold surface of the stone. It feels like a language you once knew but have forgotten, the language of the earth itself. As you touch the stone, you feel a wave of calm energy flowing into your arm and spreading throughout your body. It is a grounding force, an anchor that keeps you steady as you drift closer and closer to the world of dreams. You feel a profound sense of belonging here, as if the mountain has been waiting for you to find this path, to walk this bridge, and to touch this stone. The path beyond the bridge begins to spiral gently upward, leading toward a gallery of columns that look like the pipes of a gargantuan organ. These columns are made of rose quartz, and as the air moves between them, they vibrate with a low, soothing hum that sounds like a mother's voice singing a wordless lullaby. The sound is warm and resonant, vibrating in your throat and your chest. It is a sound that dissolves the boundaries of your ego, making you feel as though you are expanding to fill the entire cave. You are no longer a person walking through a mountain. You are the mountain itself, dreaming of a person walking through its heart. The floor is now covered in a fine, white sand made of crushed marble, which muffles the sound of the crystalline notes. Every step you take creates a soft, satisfying crunch, a tactile sensation that keeps you grounded even as your mind begins to soar. The air is becoming even more still, even more saturated with the scent of ancient peace. You feel a heavy, pleasant pressure behind your eyes, the kind of pressure that comes right before a deep and restorative sleep. You are moving through a corridor of light and shadow, where every shadow is a soft bed and every light is a gentle hand guiding you forward. You are safe. You are held. You are drifting in the heart of the world. The spiral path leads you higher into a vast, vaulted chamber known as the Hall of Infinite Echoes. Here, the rose quartz columns give way to walls made of obsidian that has been polished by the hands of time until it shines like a dark, midnight sea. The ceiling is so high that it is lost in a soft, violet haze, where tiny clusters of diamonds seem to hang like frozen stars. Every breath you take in this hall creates a faint, shimmering echo that ripples across the dark walls, returning to you as a whisper of your own peace. You realize that in this place, the mountain is reflecting your inner silence back to you, amplifying the stillness until it becomes an all-encompassing force that wraps around your shoulders like a heavy velvet cloak. You walk toward the center of the hall, where a single massive crystal of celestite rises from the floor. It is the color of a summer sky at dawn, a pale, translucent blue that seems to hold all the quiet mornings of the world within its depths. As you approach the crystal, you notice that it is vibrating ever so slightly. This vibration creates a low, resonant frequency, the frequency of the earth itself. It is a deep, grounding OM that vibrates through the soles of your feet, up your legs, and into the very center of your being. You feel your skeletal system relaxing, your bones becoming heavy yet fluid, as if they were made of the same ancient minerals as the walls around you. The air in the Hall of Infinite Echoes is thick with a sparkling, invisible dust, mineral spirits that catch the light and create a soft, golden glow around your body. As you move through this glow, you feel a sense of absolute protection. It is as if you are walking inside a bubble of pure tranquility, where no thought of the past or future can reach you. You are entirely present in the now. The sound of your footsteps on the marble sand has faded into a rhythmic, distant pulse, matching the slow drip of water from the high stalactites. Drip, pulse, drip, pulse. The rhythm is hypnotic, a metronome for your descent into a deep, dreamless state. Beyond the celestite crystal, you find a small alcove lined with soft, white lichen that feels like the finest cashmere. This is a place designed for contemplation, a place where the mountain invites you to pause and simply exist. You lie back against the lichen, and it molds itself to the shape of your spine, providing a perfect, weightless support. From this position, you look up at the obsidian walls. You see the reflections of the tiny diamond stars, dancing in a slow, circular motion that mimics the rotation of the heavens. It is a celestial ballet, performed in total silence, just for you. As you emerge from the crystalline embrace of the mountain, you find yourself entering a part of the forest that feels older than time itself. This is the Grove of Ancestral Dreams. Here, the trees are not merely giants. They are monuments of living history, their roots so ancient that they have become part of the bedrock of the world. The atmosphere here is thick and heavy, like a liquid gold that fills every space between the leaves. It is a place where the veil between the waking world and the dream world is at its thinnest, a place where the air itself seems to be composed of memories and peace. You walk with a slow, deliberate grace, each step sinking into a carpet of fallen leaves that are as soft and insulating as a down comforter. The silence in this grove is different from the silence of the caves or the valley. It is a conversational silence, a quiet that is filled with the presence of those who have come before. You can feel the collective wisdom of the forest pressing gently against your skin, a comforting weight that tells you that you are never truly alone. The trees here are silver oaks, their bark a shimmering metallic gray that reflects the dim light of the high stars. Their branches do not reach up. They bow down, creating natural cathedrals of wood and leaf that invite you to stop, to rest, and to listen. These trees have stood for 2,000 years, and their long, slow lives are a testament to the power of staying still. As you walk, You notice that the ground is illuminated by a soft, amber light that seems to rise from the earth itself. This light comes from the ancestral moss, a rare and beautiful plant that only grows in the deepest parts of the woods. It glows with the warmth of a candle flame, casting long, soft shadows that dance rhythmically against the trunks of the silver oaks. You follow the path as it winds through these pools of amber light, feeling a sense of deep, ancestral security. It is as if the forest is remembering you, recognizing your spirit as a long-lost friend returning home. You are being held in the memory of the earth, and in that memory, there is no room for stress, no room for worry, and no room for the noise of the modern world. The air is saturated with the scent of dried cedar, old parchment, and the sweet, lingering aroma of resin. It is a scent that evokes a sense of timelessness, a scent that makes you want to breathe deeper and slower. With every inhalation, you feel the wisdom of the grove entering your lungs, cooling your chest, and slowing your heart to a steady, rhythmic throb. You are breathing in the patience of the oaks. You are breathing in the resilience of the roots. You are breathing in the absolute certainty that everything is exactly as it should be. Your mind, once a turbulent sea of thoughts, is now as still as a forest pond at midnight. You come across a circle of ancient stones, arranged in a perfect ring around a massive, hollowed-out stump of a tree that must have been the mother of the entire forest. The stump is covered in a layer of emerald velvet, and at its center, a small pool of rainwater reflects the indigo sky. You sit on one of the surrounding stones, feeling its cool, solid surface through your clothes. The stone is ancient and wise, and as you sit, you feel your spine aligning with the vertical axis of the world. You are a bridge between the deep earth and the high stars. You are a silent witness to the beauty of the night. In this circle, the whispers of the forest become more distinct. They are not sounds made by the wind, but the internal vibrations of the trees as they communicate through the fungal network beneath your feet. It is a low, humming sound, like a distant beehive or a choir of monks chanting in a cathedral. The sound resonates in your belly, a warm and comforting vibration that acts as a physical sedative. It tells you to let go of your grip on the day. It tells you that your strength lies in your ability to surrender. You feel your muscles softening, your joints loosening, and your eyelids becoming so heavy that they feel like leaden curtains. The light in the grove begins to shift from amber to a deep, royal purple as the moon climbs higher in the sky. This purple light is the color of the deepest part of the dream, a hue that signals the final transition into sleep. You watch as the silver bark of the oaks catches this purple light, turning the forest into a landscape of amethyst and shadow. Every detail is soft, every edge is blurred. You are walking through a living painting, a world where the only reality is the rhythm of your breath and the softness of the ground beneath you. You are no longer navigating. You are being carried by the atmosphere itself, floating through the grove like a cloud of silver mist. The path leads you toward a thicket of weeping birches, their branches draped in long, flowing strands of white moss. This moss acts as a natural filter for sound, absorbing even the faintest rustle of a leaf. As you pass through the birches, the silence becomes absolute. It is a silence so profound that you can hear the thoughts of the trees, thoughts of growth, thoughts of winter, thoughts of the long sleep that sustains all life. You realize that sleep is the most productive state of all, the time when the soul repairs itself and the mind returns to the source of its creativity. You are entering that state now, guided by the ancestral guardians of the woods. You find yourself at the edge of a great clearing, where the grass is as soft as silk and the air is perfectly still. In the center of the clearing stands a single white stag, its antlers reflecting the starlight like polished silver. The stag does not run. It simply stands there, watching you with eyes that are as deep and dark as the night itself. It is the spirit of the grove, a symbol of the peace that you have found. You look into its eyes and you see your own reflection, calm, quiet, and ready to rest. The stag bows its head to you, a silent acknowledgement of your journey, and then it slowly dissolves into the silver mist, leaving you alone in the perfect quiet of the clearing. The silver mist left behind by the stag begins to swirl around your feet, rising slowly until it reaches your waist. It is not cold, but has the temperature of a warm bath, wrapping you in a cocoon of moisture and light. As you stand in the center of the clearing, you feel the final layers of your identity falling away. You are no longer a person with a name, a job, or a history. You are simply a consciousness, a flickering spark of light in the vast, dark forest. The mist acts as a sensory deprivation chamber, muffling the world until the only thing left is the internal landscape of your own peace. You feel a sense of immense freedom in this anonymity, a liberation from the burden of being yourself. You begin to walk again, but you no longer feel the weight of your body. It is as if you are gliding just an inch above the soft grass, moved by a gentle, invisible current. The path leads you toward the great dreaming cedar, a tree so large its roots form caves and its branches touch the clouds. This is the heart of the grove, the place where all the dreams of the forest are gathered and kept. The bark of the dreaming cedar is glowing with a soft, pulse-like light, alternating between a deep indigo and a pale violet. This is the heartbeat of the forest, and as you approach, you find your own breathing syncing perfectly with this pulse. 4 seconds in, 4 seconds hold, 4 seconds out. The base of the dreaming cedar is surrounded by a ring of sleep lilies, large, white flowers that only open when the world is perfectly still. Their fragrance is the essence of peace, a mixture of sandalwood, moonflower, and cold mountain air. As you breathe in this scent, you feel a wave of pleasant lethargy washing over you. It starts at the tips of your toes and moves slowly upward, turning your legs to heavy stone, your torso to soft clay, and your arms to feathers. You are becoming a part of the earth, a part of the tree, a part of the dream. You find a hollow between two massive roots that is perfectly shaped for your body, lined with the softest, thickest moss in the entire forest. As you lie down in this natural cradle, you look up through the branches of the dreaming cedar. The needles are so fine and so dense that they create a screen, filtering the starlight into 1,000 tiny, pulsing points of light. It looks like a map of a different galaxy, a place where time does not exist and where every breath is a prayer of gratitude. You watch the way the light filters through the needles, a hypnotic display of geometry and shadow that makes your mind feel vast and empty. There is no room for thoughts here, only for the observation of the light. Your eyes begin to close, not because you are forcing them, but because they have seen enough beauty for one night. The whispers of the forest are now a constant, low-frequency hum that vibrates through the roots and into your body. It is a song without words, a melody of pure existence. It tells the story of the seasons, the story of the rain, and the story of the eternal cycle of rest and renewal. You are a character in this story, a silent protagonist who has reached the chapter of perfect peace. You feel the heavy, warm pressure of the moss pressing against your back, supporting you, holding you, and whispering to you that it is safe to let go. The world outside the forest is 1,000,000 miles away, a flickering shadow that has no reality here. In this state of near sleep, you feel a connection to every living thing in the grove. You feel the slow pulse of the sap in the trees, the quiet breath of the sleeping birds in the branches, and the steady, cool energy of the stones. You are part of a grand, interconnected web of life, all of it resting together under the watchful eye of the moon. This sense of belonging is the ultimate comfort. It is the end of loneliness, the end of anxiety, and the beginning of total restoration. You are being rebuilt by the silence. You are being healed by the dark. The great dreaming cedar seems to lean over you, its massive branches forming a protective dome that shuts out the rest of the universe. Inside this dome, the air is perfectly still and perfectly silent. The only sound is the rhythmic thrumming of the tree's heart, a sound that is identical to the sound of your own heart. You realize that you and the tree are one. You are both breathing the same air, dreaming the same dream, and resting in the same eternal now. The boundaries of your skin have vanished, and you are as wide as the forest, as deep as the roots, and as high as the stars. As the second to last segment of your journey concludes, you are hovering on the very edge of the abyss of sleep. It is not a frightening abyss, but a warm, welcoming ocean of darkness that is ready to receive you. The grove of ancestral dreams has prepared you for the final crossing. Your mind is quiet, your body is heavy, and your soul is at peace. The final path is just ahead, the path that leads to the heart of the whispers, where the silence is absolute and the sleep is eternal. You are drifting toward the center of the world. The transition from the grove of ancestral dreams to the heart of the whispers is not a walk, but a gentle dissolution. As you move deeper, the path itself seems to melt into a floor of pure, white starlight, a soft, glowing dust that rises with every step, hanging in the air like a veil of frozen diamonds. This is the inner sanctum, the core of the ancient woods where the first seed was planted at the beginning of time. Here, the trees are made of silver and shadow, their leaves translucent and shimmering with a pale, milky light. The air is so still that it feels like a physical embrace, a cool, silk-like pressure that reassures every nerve in your body that the journey is complete. You have reached the center of all things, the place where all sounds originate and all sounds return. As you breathe, you notice that the air no longer feels like something you take in, but something that flows through you. It carries the scent of the stars, a clean, cold, metallic sweetness that clears the last traces of the waking world from your mind. Every inhalation makes you feel lighter, more ethereal, as if the density of your physical form is being replaced by the light of the forest. You are becoming a whisper yourself. Your movements are liquid, a slow-motion dance through a landscape of emerald and indigo. There are no more hills to climb, no more rivers to cross. The ground is perfectly level, stretching out in all directions like a calm, dark sea. In the center of this sanctum stands the Pillar of Silence, a singular, massive tree that is not made of wood, but of solidified moonlight. Its bark is as smooth as glass, and its branches reach so high that they seem to weave into the fabric of the night sky itself. Around its base, the moss is a deep, glowing turquoise, so thick that when you step onto it, you sink inches into a warm, supportive cushion. You walk toward this great pillar, and the closer you get, the quieter the world becomes. The whispers of the forest, which have guided you this far, begin to merge into a single, continuous hum, a harmonic vibration that resonates at the very frequency of deep, dreamless sleep. This hum is the AUM of the earth, the sound of the planet turning on its axis, the sound of the stars burning in the distance. It is a sound that bypasses your ears and speaks directly to your marrow. It tells you that the story of the day is over. It tells you that the sun has set on your worries and will not rise on them again for a long, long time. You feel the tension in your scalp dissolve. You feel the tiny muscles around your eyes let go. Your jaw is loose, your shoulders are heavy, and your hands are open. You are a vessel for the silence of the pillar. You are a mirror for the light of the moon. You notice that the shadows here have a quality of their own. They are not absences of light, but presences of peace. They are deep, velvet pockets of rest that invite you to lean back and disappear. You find a hollow at the base of the Pillar of Silence, a natural cradle lined with the softest white lichen and the glowing turquoise moss. As you settle into this cradle, the pillar seems to respond to your presence. The moonlight within its bark pulses softly, a slow, golden throb that matches the rhythm of a heart at rest. You are being tucked in by the forest itself. The heavy branches above you lower themselves, creating a canopy of silver needles that shuts out the stars, leaving you in a womb of warm, protective darkness. The silence here is so absolute that you can hear the internal music of your own soul. It is a simple, beautiful melody, a song of returning. You are returning to the state of pure potential, the state before thought, before language, before the world. You are a spark of light returning to the flame. The scent of the sleep lilies from the grove follows you here, but it is deeper now, more concentrated. It smells of eternity. It smells of the long, cold night that nurtures the seeds of the coming spring. You breathe it in, and your consciousness begins to expand, spreading out. From the base of the pillar, through the roots, through the moss, until you are the entire forest. As you lie there, you feel the whispers that gave this forest its name. They are not external voices, but the soft, rhythmic rustling of your own breath against the silence. In and out. Each breath is a wave on a calm ocean, lapping against the shore of your consciousness. The waves are getting smaller and smaller, the ocean getting flatter and flatter. The indigo light of the forest is fading into a warm, comfortable blackness. The blackness of the soil, the blackness of the deep space between stars. It is a color that promises total restoration. It is a color that promises that when you wake, you will be new. But for now, there is no waking. There is only the descent. The darkness is now your companion, a soft and friendly presence that holds you with an infinite tenderness. In this final part of the Forest of Whispers, even the light of the crystals and the glow of the ferns have faded, leaving only the pure, tactile sensation of being held. You feel the weight of the silver branches above you, a protective shield that ensures your safety. You feel the warmth of the turquoise moss beneath you, a living mattress that understands the contours of your body. You are perfectly supported. There is no part of you that needs to hold on. You can let go of your breath, letting the forest breathe for you. You can let go of your heart, letting the earth beat for you. The hum of the pillar of silence has become a low, rhythmic vibration that lulls you deeper into the earth. You feel as though you are sinking through the moss, through the soil, down into the cool, dark bedrock where the secrets of the world are kept. It is a slow, luxurious descent, like a feather falling through a vacuum. There is no resistance. There is only the pull of the deep, a gravity of peace that is impossible to resist. You are drifting past the roots of the ancient oaks, past the sleeping stones, past the hidden rivers of the underworld. You are going to the place where dreams are born, the quiet workshop of the soul. The last of your thoughts are like autumn leaves being carried away by a slow stream. You see them floating away, tiny flickers of memory, fragments of conversation, images of the world you left behind. They are becoming smaller and smaller, more and more distant, until they are nothing but specks of dust in the vastness of your inner space. And then even those specks vanish. The stream is clear. The mind is empty. The silence is complete. You are a void, a beautiful, peaceful vacuum that is ready to be filled with the restorative power of sleep. In this final moment, the forest offers you its greatest gift, the gift of forgetting. You forget the time. You forget the day. You forget the self. You are simply a point of awareness in a universe of rest. The whispers have finally stopped, for there is nothing left to say. The walk has ended, for there is nowhere left to go. You have reached the destination. You are the heart of the whispers. You are the silence. You are the night. The air around you becomes even softer, a gentle mist that smells of ancient rain. It settles on your skin, cooling the last of your heat, slowing your systems until you are in a state of perfect hibernation. Your brain waves are slow, long undulations, like the movement of deep-sea kelp. You are submerged in a sea of tranquility, and the pressure of the water is the pressure of love. It is a love that asks for nothing, a love that simply provides the space for you to exist without effort. You are loved by the trees. You are held by the earth. You are watched over by the silent stars. As the final echoes of the journey fade away, you find yourself at the door of a deep, dark sleep. The door is already open. There is no need to walk through it. You are already falling, drifting, sliding into the velvet abyss. The forest of whispers remains behind you, a silent guardian of your rest, a place you can return to whenever the world becomes too loud. But for now, the forest is gone. The path is gone. There is only the dark. There is only the peace. There is only the sleep. Sleep now, traveler. The earth is turning. The trees are growing. The stars are burning. And you are safe. You are so safe. Let the darkness take you. Let the silence own you. Let the dream begin. Down, down, deeper down into the heart of the quiet. Into the heart of the night. Into the heart of sleep. Good night. Good night. Good night.